Long before we stood upright, collaboration was essential to our species' survival. Since the dawn of our existence, we have worked together in some capacity. How do I know? Simple, because I wouldn't be here without collaboration. Neither would you or anyone else for that matter. But don't take my word for it. Cavemen and collaboration. Archaeologists know that 2 million years ago, members of Homo erectus needed to work together in order to survive. Put differently, collaboration wasn't optional. Hunter-gatherers' challenges included foraging for food and water, finding shelter, keeping warm, and staving off wild animals. Hunters gotta hunt, right? Around 10,000 years ago, our ancestors developed a new and better means of providing subsistence: farming. At a high level, the agricultural revolution required Homo sapiens to work together. As Yuval Noah Harari writes in his best-selling book *Sapiens: A Brief History of Humankind*, wheat didn't like rocks and pebbles, so sapiens broke their backs clearing fields. Wheat didn't like sharing its space, water, and nutrients with other plants, so men and women labored long days weeding under the scorching sun. Of course, today, relatively few of us call ourselves farmers. As of this writing, they represent a mere 1.3% of the U.S. workforce. No matter. As Harari describes, collaboration wasn't easy millions of years ago, but we did it because it was essential. Notably, we also worked together in person because, again, what other option was there? Cavemen didn't whip out their smartphones, fire up Google Docs, or text each other. Early office-based collaboration. Fast forward 10 millennia or so to about 1950. People were much more likely to work in offices than in the fields. Picture madmen. Like agrarians, though, most professionals worked in close physical proximity to their colleagues. During this quaint era, people could certainly exchange information and ideas. That is, they could collaborate synchronously. Doing so, however, meant that they needed to meet in an office, board trains or planes, or pick up the phone. As for asynchronous work, typewriters and intra- and inter-office memos ruled the day. Friction abounded. Executives typically employed secretaries to make appointments, coordinate schedules, and handle other administrative work. Mainframe computers existed, but they were enormously expensive, rare, bulky, and limited by 1990s standards, let alone those of today. New technologies and tools changed the game. This model of decidedly low-tech collaboration began to shift around 1995. Although early incarnations of the Internet had existed since the mid-1960s, it was largely the purview of academics and government types. A few things happened that brought the Internet and high-speed communications to the consumer and business worlds. Most notably, Sir Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in 1989. Mark Andreessen and Eric Bina launched Mosaic, the insanely popular and user-friendly web browser, in February of 1993. To be sure, the Internet and the web changed many things: photo development services, travel agents, fax machines, most bank tellers, executive secretaries, and blockbuster videos largely went the way of the dodo. Within a relatively short period of time, laptops, e-commerce sites, sophisticated productivity software, nascent video conferencing tools, search engines, social networks, blogs, smartphones, tablets, email, websites, and file-sharing services arrived. For the purposes of this book, these powerful new tools meant that synchronous workplace collaboration no longer needed to occur in person. For its part, asynchronous collaboration became quicker and easier. In a word, collaboration was becoming more virtual.